Right. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing? And welcome to our final class before your project. Yes, this is our final class before your project. So, I want everyone to, I just wanted to go into what we have and looking at our course outline. This is what we have, and I have taught you these first two. So we are going to be dealing with data entry and Google Drive and the likes. So yes, so that's what we're going to be dealing with. Also, I know we had a class the last time about data entry. I think most of you were in the class. We had a class the last time about data entry, but we won't be um making use of that, and that's because we're making use of that class, and that's because YouTube dropped down the video. Yes, they basically dropped down the video, so that's why I won't be able to send that other video. Like, I tried doing my possible best to upload again, but I don't know why they dropped down the video, but they actually dropped down the video. So basically everything I said in the last class, and even in the last class, you guys were not available. Some people said because of network, some did not join, so people were not available. So that is why I am doing this all over again, since the video was not even uploaded, it was not approved by YouTube, so they had to drop down the video. Now I'll be repeating it over again. Yeah, so we'll be starting from data entry. Yes, we'll start from data entry. And okay, give me a minute. So if you look at your, what they call it, if you look at your manual that I sent to you, we have, I think I actually briefed you all on what to expect. Yes, on what to expect from your course outline. So I want everyone to understand something important today, and that is the work of a virtual assistant is not just replying emails or scheduling meetings that we've been doing since. It is not just about that. The work of a virtual assistant is also handling information correctly. So that's a big part of being a professional virtual assistant, you handling information correctly. So today we'll be talking about data entry, we'll be talking about Google Sheets, we'll be talking about organizing files, we'll be talking about Google Drive and Dropbox. I might not really talk about Dropbox because it's almost the same thing with Google Drive. So if I'm able to explain Google Drive, you'll be able to understand Dropbox as well. So these are the things you will do regularly for your clients. I just want you to imagine a client gives you 5,000 customer records to organize. If you make mistake, what happen? It is either the client will lose the trust in you, is that something else will happen, because when a client is giving you 5,000 customer records for you to organize and there are errors there are mistakes there. So that is why accuracy is very important. Do you understand? Accuracy is very important when dealing with data entry. So data entry requires absolute precision. A small error like misplacing a decimal point can cause severe financial and operational issues for your client. That's why most of the times, depending on the kind of records you are working with, anything related to decimal points, anything related to 300.20 kobo, you might feel like that 20 kobo is not needed, but to the company it is needed. So if you are able to understand the kind of company you work for, you will know that this decimal point is needed, though the kind of person I work for does not joke with even the kobo. You understand? So any error can cause issue for your client, and your client might not trust you again. So now we'll be talking about the data entry best practices. Yeah, We'll look at the data entry best practices, and the first one I'm going to explain to you is what data entry is all about. Data entry simply means putting information into a system. Data entry simply means putting information into a system. Examples: you entering computer names, or adding phone numbers, or you updating a record. Now, I don't know, I'm trying to like imagine, or trying to like think of a better way to explain it, but I just hope you guys understand. So, example of also recording sales information: oh, somebody came to my buy biscuit, you record the information. Someone came to my buy sweet, you record the information. Someone came to my buy laptop. Those information, that is those information, those record is called data entry. Oh, this person bought this, you just record it down. This person bought this, you just record it down. Yeah, exactly. So that's what data entry is all about. Imagine you are writing someone's name on a document. Exactly, that's it. So if the person name is John Smith, and instead of you writing John Smith, like Smith as in Smith, so instead of you writing John Smith, you now want to go and write John Smith, which is JONSMIT. You made a mistake like that. So that small mistake can cause confusion, because we don't know who is who. The names, people can bear names, like you don't even know whether somebody is bearing the other misspelled John Smith. You get what I'm trying to say? Exactly. So those kind of mistake can cause confusion. So data entry is the same thing. A small mistake can affect the whole business. Do you understand? It can affect the whole business. So, like I said, data entry best practices, the first thing you need to understand is accuracy. The first rule of data entry is accuracy. So accuracy means you enter information exactly the way you received it. Do not alter, do not change anything. Exactly the way you received it. Now, if a client gives you, like I'm going to use that previous example that I gave to you, where a client gives you I'm sorry, I'm looking for, so that people can understand this much better. I'm going to be showing it to you. Sorry, this is taking some time to load. Okay. Okay. So now imagine that a client gives you this information of John Smith. This is the spelling of the John Smith. So the client gives it to you, but when you are putting in your record, you are now writing John Smith. That is wrong. You've missed like 2 letters from this name, like 2 letters. So even if it is even 1 letter, it can stop communication, because you don't even know whether somebody is even bearing, maybe another person is bearing this name, you don't know. Maybe another person is bearing this name like this. Somebody else can maybe, you know his names now. You'll be shocked at the kind of names you will hear. So you don't know whether somebody is bearing this name. So this can cause confusion, can stop communication. So before you submit any data, you need to check the spelling, you need to check the numbers, you need to check the dates, you need to check emails, you need to review your work thoroughly. If John Smith bought a particular thing on the 1st of January, please review it that it's on the 1st of January that he bought it. Do not make mistake. So that's first thing, accuracy. Now, the second one, rule number 2, is speed. Speed is important, but speed should never destroy accuracy. So some beginners think, I need to finish fast. The fact that you want to finish fast, does not mean you have to make mistake. That is how beginners think. Beginners think, oh, I need to finish fast. But a professional virtual assistant thinks, I need to finish correctly and efficiently. You will finish fast, yes, but let your work be correct. No, it is one thing for you to finish fast and you're submitting rubbish, and it is another thing for you to finish fast and you're submitting something that is okay. Oh, this is perfect, I love the way you work with time and you did perfectly well. Not that, oh, I love the way you work with time, but you are always ending up doing rubbish. No. The second rule, like I said, is speed, but your speed should never destroy accuracy. Now imagine you also type 100 records quickly with mistake. You typing 100 records quickly with mistake is worse. It is much worse than typing 50 records correctly. I'm going to repeat that again. You typing 100 records quickly with mistakes is worse than typing 50 records correctly. I hope you get that. So rule number 3 is formatting. So formatting means making information clean and easy to read. Making information clean and easy to read. So sorry, give me a few minutes. I'm trying to like open something. Okay. Now, maybe you have this information. John Smith. Comment, sorry. So you have this information, John Smith, and this is how you type it, John Smith. You want to put his number. You are putting this number. Maybe this is phone number. Sorry, I don't want any flag with YouTube, so that is why I am doing this. This number is not correct actually, but I'm doing this. So you're not putting this like this. So formatting means making information clean and easy to read. Now the way you did that thing, sorry, let me adjust this. This is not easy to read. I'm talking about this one. It is not, let me zoom this. So I'm talking about this one. So this is not clean or easy to read, because looking at it, you have those words jam packed. Do you need your client or do you need your supervisor to be straining his eye just to be able to separate John Smith from the phone number that is there? So then this is not easy to read, because at this point you are now confusing your client on what is reading or on what is expecting or something like that. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So clients should open your work and immediately understand, not you trying to like confuse them the more. So the next one is Google Sheets. Now I already explained to you about data entry, and that data entry that I explained to you is the former method that is being used. Like you using notebook, you are using your notebook, you are writing this, writing that. I'm just trying to explain to you. Writing it on, you know, if you go to some stores, they still use book to write it down, that oh, this person came here 1st of January 2026, someone came inside to buy something. They write the person, oh god, so sorry about this noise. So they write the person name, they write the thing the person bought and the amount. They wrote it down. So those records is that record also is data entry. But now I'm going to show you the advanced aspect of what people use now in creating. It's not really the advanced practically, but I'm still going to show it to you what people use now, and it's called Google Sheets. So if you remember correctly, I informed you all before that we have some Google tools that we've not used yet. Yes, Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google PowerPoint, and the likes like that in here. So we're going to be talking about Google Sheets. Now, Google Sheets is a cloud. I'm going to explain what Google Sheet is made, please. So Google Sheet is a cloud-based spreadsheet application. It is developed by Google as part of the Google Workspace. Yes, it is part of the Google Workspace. It enables users to create, edit, and collaborate on spreadsheets online in real time. You know, I was trying to explain to people the other time that there's difference between Google Sheet and Excel. Like, people might know about Excel and Google Sheet, but they are different in the sense that you can do the same thing the thing you are doing on Excel, you can do it on Google Sheet, but there is one thing that is making it different: the collaboration. On Excel, you can work on Excel with only by yourself. Like, you can work on Excel by yourself. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, by yourself. And if you want to make any correction, you will have to send to your client first, or to your boss first, before you will now make correction. Then once it's done making correction, you will now send it back to you, file upon file upon file. But for Google Sheets, it allows collaboration, in the sense that you can be on that the same sheet, and your client too will be on the same sheet at the same time. You are not in the same place, so you are at different location. Maybe your client is in abroad, you are in Nigeria. You can be at different location, but you'll be working on the same sheet at the same time. So Google Sheet allows for collaboration. It is widely used. In fact, it is widely used in businesses, it is widely used in education, and even for personal productivity also. Do you get it? So it allows for collaboration. So I'm going to be showing you, if you are using a phone, you can just go and download the app, which is Google Sheets. Just go online and download the app. But if you are using, let me share my screen. If you are using a laptop, as long as you have your Google Drive, I've showed you before how to get your Google Drive. So I said your Google Drive, as long as you already have a Gmail, then automatically you already have a Google Drive. So let me even check from Gmail. Okay, so even if you have your Gmail, that means if you have your Gmail on your laptop, exactly, just come to this Google Apps here, this dot right here, come there, click on it. You can see YouTube removed my content, God. So click on it, then you will see it's go scroll down, you see Sheets. So this is Google Sheets, so click on it. So the best way to understand why it loads, the best way to understand what Google Sheet is all about is you understand that Google Sheet is like a digital notebook. If you remember, I explained something before. I said, you know, that olden days of when people still use book to be recording things, when you go and buy something, it is notebook, right? You are recording things. But now Google Sheet is like a digital notebook. At least you understand the word digital. So it is like a digital notebook. Do you understand? It is, instead of you just writing randomly, you carry paper, you write it randomly. It is being arranged. The information is arranged into rows and columns. So this is what we call Google Sheet. Now I'm going to explain this. Just pay attention to, because I know when I said rows and columns, you were all confused. So just pay perfect attention to this. Now, rows and columns. So this is row. You see this parts, you see this, I clicked on, sorry, give me a few minutes. Okay, I think it's still loading. Let me allow it to load finish before I start touching anything. Sorry, please. So basically, Google Sheet is where you store and organize information. Okay, now we're done loading. So now I said something like, instead of you just writing randomly, you arrange your information into rows and columns. Now this is what we call rows. You see, rows are horizontal lines. This one, so I'm actually alighting from one. I just click on this row 1. This is row 1. This is row 2. You go to align. So these are rows in horizontal lines. These are rows. You can see how it's alighting. It's straight like this. So that's horizontal lines. Then column are vertical lines. So these are columns. So columns are represented by A, like the alphabet orders, the alphabet. So columns are represented by the alphabet, while rows are represented by numbers. So these are rows, these are columns. This is columns, I mean. This is column, and this is for row. So row is in horizontal line, while column is in the vertical lines. Vertical line, I mean, yes. So you see all these small boxes they are seeing here, all these small boxes, they are called cells. Now this might look like a table to you. Yes, it's a table, but we're not going into that table aspect. We're talking about Excel right now, like spreadsheet right now. So these are called cells, cells. So these are called cells. So each of these small boxes where we're going to put our information inside. And also I would like to explain that a cell is the intersection between a row and a column. And I told you that a column, this is a column, right? Column A is a column, then row is for this row 1. So if I click on this first cell, and I said a cell is the intersection between a column and a row, so every of this cell has a name. Every of this cell has a name. So how do you know the name of these cells? If you click on the first cell, let me click on this. If you click on this cell, I said a cell is the intersection between a row and a column, meaning a row and a column is joined together. Now the first question you ask yourself is, what column is this cell under? This cell I'm clicking on, what column is it under? And it is under column A. Now what row is it standing on? This is row 5, so it is called A5. I don't even get my point. If I click on this is under cell. How do I know what cell is this? It is standing under what column? Column H. And what row is it standing on? 2, so which is called H2. The column comes before the row, it is called H2. So if you want to know another way of what column, what cells you are on, if you look up here, this is name box. If you look at this place here, name box. So whatever cell you click on, it shows the name of that box. Whatever cell you click on, can see it shows the name of that box. Exactly. So now I said Google Sheet is where we store and organize information. So now I'm going to just show you a short sample. Yes, it will not really be much like that here. It won't be much, but I'm going to just show it to you. So the first thing I'm going to show you is name. So I'm sure you guys might be wondering that I sent a particular file to you, like an Excel file that we're going to work with. Yes, we're going to work with that. We're supposed to work with that file, but I think I was thinking because of that file that I used to show you example in the last class. That was why YouTube dropped the video. So that was why I don't want to use the same file again, because that file contains email. Even if the email were not real, I think they just have to drop it down. You get what I'm trying to say? Exactly. So I'm not going to use that file. I'm going to use something else entirely. So now let's say name, class, age, and what else? So instead of class, let's use department. Yes, department, age, and status. So I'm going to put some names here. Sorry, I'm not going to be using full names. I'm going to be using just, and I'm going to be using Timidayo, Mercy. So I want to use 5. Then Kenneth. I don't know if that's spelling of Kenneth, but that should be here. So is it 5? Okay, 5. Then again, Dave. Exactly. So now let's say for age, let's use 25, 22, 23, 27, 29. So that's for age. I'm just imputing this. Now this is like a data entry also, like what I'm doing right now is like data entry. So let's assume that this information your clients need it. They want to know the people that are working with him, you want to know their names, you want to know their department, you want to know their age. Also, you also want to know if they are still working in the organization or they are no longer working in the organization. You want to know that. So now you as a virtual assistant, you are the one that is sorting this out for him. So now the first thing, we've done this already, right? Okay, so let me put the department. I'm going to show you the normal method that people usually use. So let me show it to you. If I'll now show you the easiest method. Yes, so let's say department. Let's say we have 3 departments: sales, HR. This is the HR, that's the human resource department, and which other department can I use again? The admin department. Is admin? Sales department, HR department, the technical department. Yes, technical department. Technical department. Which other department do we have? is there a department that is hospitality department? Hospitality, where is possible? I don't know. Hospitality department. And let me put administration. Administration department. So we have 5 different departments here. You can see 5 different departments here. Then let's say the status, are they still working there? So let's say working, all of them are still working, but let me just assume that some people are not working again. Working, because I'm writing it, not working, then I'm just going to copy this, working also. Yeah, so this is our own data entry. We've done our data entry already. You understand, we've already included our information, we've arranged the information, we want to go and give it to our client. So now this is the most easiest way. You would think that, oh, this is the most easiest way for me to just put this whole thing. That's good, no problem. I'm going to come back to this. So yes, okay, before I go there, before I come back, okay, let me just say it now. So instead of you doing okay, so instead of you doing it like this, I'm going to show you what they call data validation. Now, data validation helps you to prevent mistakes. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to cut it and I'm going to place it here. Control V. I've moved it. I want to remove it from that place, so I've moved it. So I'm going to copy this one too and place it over here. Now I'm going to delete this. Just follow along, please. And we'll delete this. Now you want to fill in an information. Let me remove this first. Control X. I'm going to just remove that. Control V. So let's say you've included, delete. Let's say you want your client asks you again that I want you to what do you call it again? I want you to get the information of everybody that's working in this company. I want to know their department, I want to know their name, I want to know their age also, and I also want to know if they're still presently working. Like, just get the records for me. You just want that, right? Okay, so now you want to start doing it one by one. Now this is the first person, Michael. You've written the person name. Now instead of you still typing the person department, because you can make mistake. Now I only showed you 5 names. What if you have over 50 employees in the company? Maybe in each department there are over 10. You have to keep on repeating, typing sales for this one. Because I've made a mistake already. If you keep on writing sales, okay, so it's working in sales, you are typing it manually, you will make mistake. Now, because see, I already made a mistake here, and it was not even intentional. Imagine, it was not intentional, but you can see I already made a mistake. Now, these things can happen, but when you have data validation, it will prevent mistake, and this is what I mean by data validation. Now, I'm going to show you this. So now, okay, I'm going to click on this. Okay, let me just click on this. This is the first row, right? So I'm going to click on this data. You can see it here, data. Then I'll click on data validation. Now, if you see it here, they'll ask you that you should add a rule. I'm going to add a rule. Now, I click on add a rule, right? Now, apply to which range? You can see that they're asking apply to which range, which means this data validation that they want to do here is only for this range, for this cell. But I don't want it to be for only that cell. Why? Because I don't know when more people will be coming to the organization, so I will just easily pick that I want it to be for all the department. Like, okay, let me just click on this. I don't want it to be on just, let me just say B2 to B what again, like let me just say B50. So let's say we're actually working with 50 names. Oh, sorry, what am I doing now? I've done no sense. Sorry, I'm coming. Sorry, I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to cancel remove rule. Sorry, I'm going to cancel this. Then I'm going to highlight it from beginning, because see, I'm highlighting it now. So I've highlighted everything. That's the column. I highlighted it. Then click on data, then click on data validation, then click on add rule. Exactly, this was what I wanted to do, sorry. So I can come here and say I only want it to be 50. Maybe we have 50 employees, then click on OK. So now this drop down list is only going to be for 50 employees. You can see it right here. Exactly. So it's not even 50 employees. I want it to start from, I don't want the drop down to start from this name side. This one is a department. I don't want drop down there, so I want it to start from B2. So I'll click on B2. This is B2, right? That's for where my care name starts from. So I want to start from B2 and end in B51. That complete like this. Can you see it? So now, what is the criteria? You can pick any criteria. Do you want, we're setting a rule now. We're telling Excel this is a rule. We're telling Excel what to do. But me, I want a drop down. So I'm going to click on drop down. A drop down, right? So advanced option. So a drop down, what is supposed to be in the drop down? You can always reset this. This is for department. Let me just delete this. I want I'm trying to, okay, so drop down from a range. I'm trying to like pick something. That's what I'm trying to do, sorry. So you can see, instead of just clicking only drop down, I'm clicking drop down from a range, meaning I want these things, this sales, this HR, this technical, this hospitality, this administration, I want it to be in that drop down so that someone can just pick it from the drop down list. So you can see pick from a range. So I'm clicking on this and I am highlighting this. So I highlighted that this department and I click on OK. So now you can see it, that this is the sales, the HR, the technical, blah blah here. So I don't want to allow multiple selection, meaning if I type Michael, I don't want to pick either sales and HR. No, I only want to pick only one department. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Exactly. So I don't want to allow multiple selection. Then click on advanced options. Now this advanced option, it's, if, how do I say this now? It gives a warning. It helps you to know what to do. Let me put that way here. It helps you to know what to do. Now, if in this drop down list, instead of you picking from what is here, you are now typing the cleaner department, you're typing cleaner, it will give you error. So if the data is invalid, it will reject the input. Why? Because of, it is not part of what I picked. It is not part of this data, this department. It is not part of it. So I'm going to click on done. I've clicked on done, right? So if you come here now, if you look at this department, if I click on this drop down, I will see it. I will not pick sales. Then the age, I cannot think of the age that the person is. Then the same thing with status also. So I'm going to do the same thing with status also. Let me align this. I'll click on add rule again. I'm adding a rule. So for this one, from D2 column to D50, then I'm going to click on OK. Then I want to pick from, drop down from a range. This is a range. This is what we call range. 2 or more cells selected together is called a range. Yes, 2 or more cells selected together is called a range. So I'm going to pick that. So I've did click on the range. So sorry, I'll click on this first, then I will now highlight these two, then press OK. You can see it's now showing here working and not working. Then advanced option, if you go and pick something that is different from working or not working, it's going to reject the input, right? That's if the data is invalid, it's going to reject the input. Then you click on done. That's all. I'm going to close this. So whenever I want to pick something, oh, this person is still working, it helps you to just prevent it. Like, it prevents mistakes. It prevents mistakes. If instead of you just, let me type this one now, Temidayo. Instead of me saying that, let me go and be typing administration, you will make mistakes. Instead of me doing that one, just click on it. Then I'm going to open this wide like this. Then what's the person, sorry, so what's the person age? Let's say 22. Then come here to the drop down. Is the person still working? oh, it's no longer working. You can always open this by clicking like this. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So this helps you to prevent errors. Now this will also help in what sense? You will not do anything. In fact, you will not even stress yourself. Let me say you're deleting this. Let's say let's delete this one also. Delete. Exactly. You can, as a virtual assistant, if your client asks you that you want to see the record of all the employees, you don't even need to stress yourself to be saying you want to become and be typing all the names of the employees one by one. You don't need to stress yourself. In this sense, I'm showing you another method again. In the sense that all what you just need to do is to send this file. It's just to send this file to maybe the company website, telling everybody that they should go and input their name. Now let's say I'm an employee in that company. Once I see it, I'll just come here, I'll write my name, Mercy. If I now come to this place and I say, okay, let me just type it myself. Let's say I'm working in the sales department and I press this. This is not the spelling of sales, and I press enter. You can see there was a problem. The data you entered in the cell B2 violate the data validation rule that was set for this cell. So it will prevent mistake. It means that, oh, I will not be like, okay, I think something is wrong. Let me click on it myself. I'll click on sales. My age 23. Status, oh, I'm still working. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Status can be anything actually, whether completed, in progress, it can be anything actually, but I'm just using this exactly. So if the person, you know that sometimes that some people might no longer be working in the company, but you don't know. So you, maybe the message got to them also. They can also fill the form and say they are no longer working. Your client will not know who it needs to remove from maybe the company group or something. Do you understand? Do you understand? So this drop down list, I'm going to repeat it again, like how to do this drop down list. I'm going to repeat again so that you can understand how it works. Now, to create a drop down list, if you click on it, if you click on a particular cell or maybe a particular column, you will just come to data, then you click on data validation, then you click, if you don't have this ones here, you click on add rule. You want to add a rule, you click on this box right here. Remember is a cell name, so I want this drop down list to start from E2 to E50, or let's say to E20. Then you click on OK. So you can see the drop down list. You can see then what are the options, like what options, if that means now, if it as me you not have these ones typed out, like as me you not type, like the way I type these sales and everything, if I don't type it out, I say I want to use this drop down, I will now start typing the options myself. Sales, HR, and another item, technical. But because I already typed it out, so that was why I went to go and pick drop down from a range. And I said a range means when two or more cells are joined together, are picked or selected together. Maybe when you align two or more cells together, that's when you can now say you want to pick from a range. But now I'm not picking from a range, I want to type it myself. So you can see technical. I'm going to stop here. Technical. So technical. Then advanced option, you don't need to touch anything there, because once somebody did not pick exactly from this drop down, it's going to show there, it's going to reject the input. Then you click on done. You click on done, if you come out and click on your drop down, you will see it here. Do you understand? Okay, so that's for data validation. So instead of you allowing someone to just type anything in this part here, let me just come here and say Michael, then I come here, instead of you just allowing the person to just type anything that they feel like typing, you are giving them the option to pick from. I mean, I'm no longer working, 26 years, you know, that's kind of thing. So instead of you typing, oh my goodness, so instead of you typing the stuff and making mistake, you can just pick from the journal. So that's why data validation is actually important. Do you understand? So now anyone entering the data must choose from the correct options. I gave you two options. I gave you two methods. One, if your client says you should fill the form, you will, if your client says you should fill this, you can do it yourself. But if you don't want to stress yourself, you can easily send the link. Now the question I'll be expecting from you is, how do you send this to someone? I'm going to explain that in this video, also in this class also. I'm going to explain that how you can also send out this link, because remember I said Google Sheet is different from Excel. If as when we use Excel for this thing, if the moment I write my name, I will have to save the file and send it to somebody else. The person will download the file, the person will now put his own name there, then save the file again, then send to another person. But with Google Sheet it is different. Do you understand? With Google Sheet it is different. It is not the same thing. With Google Sheet, the moment you just write your name here, in fact, with Google Sheet, the moment you write your name here, you'll be seeing that somebody else is writing their own name in another place. If as me you are writing your name, god, it should be part of the guy's tax. Okay, no problem. So the moment you're writing your name here, they will show you that somebody else is writing his or her name. Like maybe now, let me say I just come to this page and I want to write my name. I cannot come here and say let me write my name. I can't come here and say let me write my name, because it will be obvious that somebody else is writing their name at that time, at the same time. So I don't have any right to still click on this number 4 here and say I want to write my name. It's not possible. I don't have that right. Do you understand? So it helps to make work faster. So 10 people can write their name at the same time and they'll be at different location, not the same location, different location. So this spreadsheet, yes, Google spreadsheet helps a lot. Google Sheet, it helps a lot. So I'm going to explain to you how you will still send this link to those people that need to fill the form as a virtual assistant. How you will send it to them, I'm still going to explain that to you. And also I'm going to also explain what it means by sorting and filtering. Sorting and filtering. So I'm going to first thing I want to do. Okay. I want to add a filter. Okay, so now this is an header, like when you call table header, mean this name, this department is the header of this table here. So name, department, age and status. I want to add a filter to it, so I'm going to click on this data and I'll click on create a filter. Yes, I'll click on create a filter. So if you look at it, this is it. See this filter here. This is what they call a filter. So if I click on this filter, before I talk about filter, let me talk about sorting. Or should I just talk about, okay, so filter, this is what I call filter. All these things right here is what I call filter. So filtering does not rearrange every that's why I need to explain sorting before I can explain filtering for you. Okay, so let me explain sorting. Now sorting means rearranging information. So many people confuse sorting with filtering. It's different thing. So sorting means rearranging information. Now we have names, like you can see Mercy, Michael. Let me add another name again. Let me add another name. Let me add Zainab. Is this this person Zainab? Then next I'm going to pick technical 25. Then working, sorry, let me put not working exactly now. So so let me change this name to Blessing. Yeah, Blessing. So I'm going to have 3 different names. So what does sorting mean? Sorting means rearranging information. Now you can sort from A to Z. You can sort from, it just changes the orders of the data. So you can sort from A to Z, you can sort from Z to A. So if I click on sort A to Z, it's going to start from, you can see B, like it's arranging it in alphabetical order. But if I say sort from Z to A, it's going to start from the lowest, which is from Z to A. So that's what sorting means. It means you in rearranging the information. Sorting changes the order of your data. Do you understand? Now I'm going to change it back to sort A to Z. Now this is A to Z, right? Okay, now that's A to Z, no problem. So now I want to say sort this department from A to Z. You can see it's changed because if you are using your column B, which is your department, to sort, it means that H has to come before S. And you know that Michael is for hospitality. She can try to say Michael is for hospitality. So if you change a particular column in sorting, the other column will also change also. Do you understand? So I'm going to change this back to control to A to Z, I mean. Sorry. To continue, this is control Z because I can't sorry. Control Z. Yes, so this is how it was before, right? Yeah. So that's for sorting. Whew. Then the next one is filtering. So filtering does not rearrange everything like the way sorting does. Like filtering does not say, oh, from A to Z or from Z to A. No, but filtering hides information temporarily for a temporary period of time. Exactly, for a period of time. So it hides information. So filtering does not rearrange everything, it hides information temporarily. So now let's assuming this is like 500 names now, like 500 customers, but you only want to see customers that are from the sales department. You only want to see employees that are from the sales department. I said assuming this is over 500 employees. We don't have up to 500 employees exactly here, but during your project you're going to work on a large data set. So assuming you have 500 employees and you want to see the employees that are only in the sales department, so this filter that I created is going to show you only the employees that are in the sales department. So now I'm going to click on this. You can see department. The question is they want to see only the employees in the sales department. So I'm going to remove this. You can see everything is checked, right? So I'm going to uncheck this and I'm going to uncheck the technical. I'm only going to leave the sales checked. Now I'll press on OK. So you can see it's giving me information only in the sales department. This helps if you have a lot of data sets and you're looking for a particular information. Do you understand? If you're looking for a particular information, this is what is going to help you. Is that taken? So that is what filter is used for. So filter and sorting is different. They are very, very different. Sorting is for rearranging the information or the record, but filtering is for showing a particular information that you need at that point, and it will hide the other information. It's not as if it will only hide. It's not as if it's deleting it, because those information are still there. If you still click on this filter back again, you can check everything and press OK. So those information are still there, but they are not showing, they are not visible because of you filtered it out. Do you understand? So that's for filtering and sorting. So I'm done explaining the, what do you call it, Google Sheets. So this is Google Sheets. Don't worry, I'm still going back to this. Yes, I'm still going back to this. Now going back to our Google Drive. So if you don't know where your Google Drive is, if you are using a laptop, through your Gmail, once you click on your Google apps here, you see Google Drive. It will take you to your Google Drive. Do you understand? Yes. So this is our Google Drive. Google Drive is also used for, I don't know if I explained this to people, but I think I did. So Google Drive is like a digital office cabinet. Now people don't just save, like my phone now, like I have Google Drive on my phone. Definitely you also have Google Drive on your phone. I don't save documents anyhow. I upload it to my Google Drive because anything can happen. So if anything happens to your system or to your laptop, those information that you will save in your Google Drive, they are not lost. The moment you get a new system, a new laptop or a new phone, if you log in your Gmail, automatically your Google Drive is there already because your Gmail is connected to your Google Drive. So the fact that you have a Gmail account, it means you also have a Google Drive account, like a Google Drive workspace, So this Google Drive is where you store important information. Like this is my company Google Drive. I also have my own personal Google Drive account, and it is where I place most of my CVs, my portfolio, my documents, contracts that I've received from companies. I place it there because anything can happen. Now imagine, just think of it like, oh, a particular company are keeping records in paper. Then people don't keep records in paper again. So a particular company is keeping record in paper. But God forbid, bad thing can happen, fire accident or something. What if they just experience something related to fire accident and the old document in the office got burnt. Okay, how will you recover those record of customer that you already have? How will you be able to recover that? That is the same thing I'm saying about Google Drive. You have your document on your system is not enough. This system can go off at any time. It can just stop working at any time. So what happened to your document? Maybe you later take it to the engineer and they're not telling, oh, I'm so sorry, but we have to flash your system. Now you start crying. Why will you flash the system? Because of, you have document there. But if those documents are saved in your Google Drive, you won't be bothered. You just say that you flash it, just let my system work, just flash it. Why? Because your documents are already saved in your Google Drive. So this Google Drive is like a digital office cabinet. That's the best way I can explain it. A digital office cabinet. So it's like a cloud storage. Yes, cloud storage. Why organization matters? Now this is for organizing document. This Google Drive is for organizing document. So why organization matters? A messy Google Drive wastes time. A messy Google Drive wastes time. Now imagine a client asks you that, can you send me the January invoice? But you have over 200 files that is being named as document 1, final 2, new file. You know the way some people usually save document, final 2. But your client is looking for the January invoice. Now you have to start sitting down and you have to be looking at it one by one to know which one is the January invoice. No. First thing you need to know how to do, you need to know how to name files, how to name documents. So actually, I've always been, can see the way I named my document right here. I'm going to come back to this. But last week, I got a particular job from someone. Like most of I do part time, not really part time. Someone can just call me and tell me, oh, they want me to edit a particular document for them, like a PDF document. They want me to edit a particular PDF document for them. They don't have to do that because they feel like PDF documents cannot be edited. But with me, it can be edited. Yes. So the person just called me last week, and last week I was so busy. I was very busy last week, and I said, okay, just send me the documents. So the person sends me the documents. I edited the document, but guess what? Now the person sent me. I'm going to give you an example. Now the person sends me the document in using a file named television. This is like an example. Yes, using a file named television. Now, whatever thing that was in that file was related to television, but I am supposed to change it to chair. But you know that because of I have changed those information in that file, in that document to chair, I am also supposed to change the name of the document, but I did not. Because of I was in a hurry, because I was rushing and I needed to just like send the document back to the person and focus on my own main work. I just sent it back to the person. The person now told me that, please, anytime I give you a document, please can you always rename the file. So it is very, very important to always rename the file. Always name file according to what is there. Now if this person come back to my meeting that is looking for a particular document of where chair is, how will I know? Because when I'm seeing television that is being saved as for a document, how will I know? Okay, you might say that, oh, would you remember? Yes, I can remember. Yes, but what do you think? Maybe the person is asking me about it for like after 2 years or so. How will I remember that those kind of things? No, I can't remember that. Do you get what I say? So renaming files is one of the things you need to understand. If you're working on a particular document, name the document as it is supposed to be. If it is supposed to be named as television, name it as television. If it is supposed to be named as table, name it as table, so that you won't get confused. So assuming this so-called virtual assistant, like I said, your client, imagine your client asks you to send January invoice. So assuming this so-called virtual assistant named that invoice or named that file as January invoice, it won't have any issue. The moment your client just tell you within minutes you've sent to your client, it won't have any issue. But because of, firstly, it did not name the file very well. It did not. It's naming it with document 1, naming it with final 1, naming it with new file. It won't be able to get the what they call it, the document on time. You have to start checking it one after the other, which is not so. So the first thing I said is you learning how to name files. Like this one now, I have a computer because I also run computer training also. So this is like the program outline. Now I cannot just come here and say computer training. I can't name this as computer training. No, I can't. Just name it as computer training. I can't name it as computer training. Why? Because I will get confused that what is in this computer training. Is it the outline? Is it the course outline? Is it the lesson note? Is it the assignment? What exactly is in the computer training? But name it exactly how you want to remember it. Do you understand? Yes. So another thing you need to understand is in organization is a professional virtual assistant creates folders that make sense. If you look very well here, you will see quote 1, quote 2, quote 3. I have never, so that I will not get confused. If one of you call me today, let's say, take me that you come and say, Ma, please, there's a particular task you say we should do, kidika. I already know the kind of quote you came out from. So my own is just to come to quote 3, double click on it. Inside that quote 3, remember, in quote 3, we have 2 tracks. We have data analysis and the virtual assistant student. So in that quote 3, I still created folders so that I won't get confused of, oh, this one is for data analysis and this one is for virtual assistant. I clicked on not data analysis, sorry. Let me go back. I clicked on virtual assistant. Now everything related to virtual assistant in the quote 3 set, this is it here. So I can never get confused. You can even see even the naming of the file still makes sense because first assessment, second assessment, I already know which one to focus on. So creating a folder make you organized. Do you understand? Now let's say a company has financial, they have marketing, they have operation. Create folder for it. Like this one now, I created a folder. This is for core 2. Okay, this is for core 2, their project, even the recordings, because I always upload recordings here also. That's for core 2. Then for core 1, okay, yeah, that's for core 1. So every single thing that you need to be arranged in a folder so that you won't get confused. I'm very, very sure people understand what I'm trying to say, so that you won't get confused. Now this VaceUp Digital Academy folder here is things related to the company itself, whether it is the company certificate, whether it's the company what they call this thing, memorandum, whether it's the company business plan or whatever, they are inside this folder. I can never get confused. Whether it is proposal, they're inside this folder. Do you understand? So first thing, you need to learn how to organize folders. If you know you need a particular folder for the marketing department, you create that folder. Any information related to marketing department, you put it in that folder. Do you understand? So that's what you need to understand. So the goal is that anyone can find a file within 3 clicks. 3 clicks, I mean, by the time person wants to click on something like this code 3 now, you asked me, maybe you called me and asked me for a particular thing. I opened my Google Drive. This is code 3. I already know she's in code 3. 1 click. This is 1 click. I'm opening this. 1 click. What department is she? This is 2nd click. Virtual assistant department. 2nd click. Then the 3rd click. Which document is she really talking about? The 3rd assessment test. I will click on it. So within 3 clicks, someone needs to understand or someone needs to get what they're looking for. Not the person opening your Google Drive or opening your client Google Drive, or maybe your client is opening his Google Drive and he's seeing and he's looking for a particular document, he's looking for the core 3 document, and you not arrange it very well inside a folder. If you start scrolling, you will open different folder. Maybe you even have different folder. If you start opening different folder just to look for the particular document is searching for, it's not supposed to be so. So your Google Drive is supposed to be organized. The first thing I mentioned is that you should always learn how to rename your file, right? And also learn how to create folders for documents. So another thing again is sharing permission. Another thing again is sharing permission. So I said I was going to come back to this document, but once before I go to that place, most of you might also question that, okay, what if you worked on a file on your desktop? How do you put that file on your Google Drive? It's very easy. You have to upload it. If you're using a laptop, you see this new. If you look at this place, new here, you click on new. They will ask you, what do you want to upload? Is it a folder you want to upload, or is it a file you want to upload? If it's a file, click on file upload. If you're using a phone, you will see it below upload, like something like with this plus sign. You see below upload. Now what exactly do you want to upload? Now this is my book. I created an ebook. I mean, like, sorry, an ebook. I created an ebook. So okay, I think that's it. I created an ebook. So this is it. So I'll just click on. I want to upload it on my Google Drive. I'll click on it, press OK. So you can see that if you look down here, it is uploading, starting uploading. You can see it's uploading. So I'm going to wait for it to upload. Then you will see it automatically in this. Let me even create a folder. Okay, let it in upload finish. So that's how to upload. So for phones, you will see it has upload finish. For phones, you will see it as a plus sign. Now if I go down, I'm going to see it how to. This is the ebook, right? But I'm going to. This is my first ebook that's being created for the company. I'm going to create other ebooks that is going to sell. I'm going to create other ebooks, but I need to organize it. I cannot be looking for different ebooks. No. So I'm going to create a folder. I'm going to right click on this new folder. So what's the name of the folder? Ebooks. Then click on create. I'm working on that. It's showing working, right? Let me close this. So ebooks. So this is it. You can see that already appeared. Ebooks. Now how do I move my ebook, how to get your first chance client 30 days to that ebook? I can easily click on this. You can see these three dots. Click on it. Then it's not even yourself. Okay, yeah, this is it. So click on it. Then you see organize. This is organize. You see move. Where are you moving it to? Click on move. So it's going to bring out a dialog where you want to move it to. You can now say you're moving to your ebook folder. Click on move. I've clicked on it, right? So what's going on? Click on it now. Move. So why were you not moving before? So you click on move. So I can see it has been moved to from my drive to ebooks. So you cannot see it here again until I go to my ebook, then open the ebook. Now see it here. Do you understand? So this is where the file is. So this will help you to organize your file very well. Now let's say I want to share this file with people. Now that's why I'm going to sharing permission. When sharing files, permission matter a lot. Now okay, so now let's say I want to share this file with you all. I'm going to click on this, the three dots also. Then I'll see, you can see share. I'll click on share. Do not copy link or just click on share. Or should I use this to explain to people? Okay, I'm not going to use this to explain to people. Let me come back here. So this, I'm going to save this file. And also, because of this is an online Excel, which is Google spreadsheet, whatever you are doing is being saved immediately. I'm going to show you something now. Just whatever thing I'm doing right now, be looking at this part, be looking up here. So now I'll click on this drop down list. I'm going to click on HR. I click on HR, it's showing saved to drive. So immediately it's always being saved. So I'm going to, this is for you naming your file. What's the name of my file? Because I can't name it as untitled spreadsheet. Why? Because of how will I know what this is all about? So this is employee data. So I've named it already. Now I want to share it to the other employees in the department so that they can fill the form also. I'm going to come here, click on share. This is share right here. Click on share. I'm still talking about the sharing permission. Now this is where we'll talk about sharing permission. Now people with access, I am the only one that has access to this file. So you can see people with access, it's only my company that is here. So I'm the only one that have access to this file. But now general access, it means that if I copy this link and I send it to these employees, they won't be able to access it because it is restricted. Kasi, it is restricted. Only people with access can open the link, and if I have the link, it's only me that has access that can open it. You don't have access, so you can't open it even if you have the link. So before you send a link to your client or to anybody outside, you need to give a general access. Now you click on restricted, you now say anybody with the link, which means that anyone on the internet with that link can view the document. Now I talked about sharing permission. Permission matter a lot when you are sharing documents. Now it is one thing for you to share the link, and it's one thing for you to share the link and the person is able to access it. It's another thing for you to share the link and the person is not able to access it. Do you understand here? So it is one thing for you to share the link and the person is able to access it but not edit it. Because what I just did now is that this person cannot edit it. So if I leave the person as a viewer, which means that anybody with this link, the only person apart from me, anybody with this link, the person can only view it. The person cannot edit it. It cannot even make any correction there. The person can only view it. But if I click on it and I say no, these employees, they need to edit it, they need to touch it, so it means that I will click on editor. So you being a viewer means you can only see it, you cannot edit it. You being an editor, it means you can change the file. Do you understand? You can change the file, meaning you can edit some particular document, some particular parts where we say you should edit, you can edit it there, which is what is needed for these employees. But if I click on commenter, people that need to comment, so this is for people that I want them to only view it and leave feedback. They should not change the work that is there, they should only view it and leave feedback. Do you understand? So this matter a lot. Now if I edit this, I'll just copy the link, click on done. Whether it's WhatsApp you want to send it to, or maybe people have a group, just paste the link there. The moment you paste the link there, you will see them, they will be on the document. Do you understand? So that's how to share files. That's what we call sharing permission. Do you understand? Okay, so that's basically all for now. Not yeah. The last one I talked about is Dropbox. And I said Dropbox is the same thing as Google Drive also, where you upload your documents. We have different cloud storage. We have Dropbox. I think people that are using iPhone, they have, is it cloud they call it for iPhone? I don't know what they call it for iPhone, but for people that are using Android, and people that are using iPhone, they also make use of Google Drive also. Yeah, they make use of Google Drive also. So Dropbox is also the same thing too. So it works similarly to Google Drive. It allows you to store your files, it allows you to share the files also. And like I said, anything you are working on in your Google Sheet, this is Google Sheet, your Google Docs is the same thing as Microsoft Word, in your Google Slide is the same thing as Microsoft PowerPoint. Whatever thing you are doing is already in your Google Drive. You can see this employee data that we worked on. If I come to my Google Drive and I click on my drive, I just hope I'm not rushing with this thing, and I click on my drive, the name of that file is employee data, right? So just go down, you're going to see it. This is it, employee data. Can you see employee data? So whatever thing you are doing, as long as you are making use of those things that involve Google Sheets, Google Docs, they are already saved automatically in your Google Drive. You don't need to save anything, they are saved automatically in your Google Drive. So the same thing for Dropbox. Dropbox is actually kind of like different in the sense that it does not allow you to say, like the way you have apps like Google Docs, that's not what it is for Dropbox. So Dropbox is different. The same way I was able to upload my ebook to this Google Drive is the same way you're going to upload for Dropbox also. So it's actually like the same thing. Do you understand? If you want to share the document also, it's the same thing. So today is our final class before your practical project. So today is what, Wednesday, before on Friday I will be sending you your project on what you should do. This project is going to be very long, and I'm also going to be sending you guys a video on how to create your portfolio, because that project that you are doing you're going to relate to your portfolio that you'll be submitting to companies so that you can be able to get jobs. Do you understand? So I hope you guys are able to understand at this point that a great virtual assistant is someone who can take information, organize it, and make the client's life easier. Always remember that accuracy builds trust, organization creates value, and professionalism creates opportunities. So through your project, trust me, at least you guys know I'm not strict. So whatever questions you have, you can always reach out to me. So through your project, I'm going to be sure that you guys understood everything I've been saying in the class. Do you understand? So through the project, I'm going to be doing that. And yeah, in see you when I send the project to you all. Yeah, thank you and have a nice night.